Hello, citizens of the Nigerverse. It is Niger here once again, and this is gonna be another predictions video. Tonight, later on tonight, much later because it's like 1:30 in the morning as I'm recording this, it is time for NXT to meet their deadline. It's time for NXT deadline. We got our predictions here. We got our match card here, as you can see. And we're going to go through, and very interesting for the most part match card that we have here. Excuse me. So, of course, as per usual, if this is your first predictions video, welcome. If not, welcome back. But if you are indeed new here, what we do is we're going to go through each of these match by match. We're going to talk about who I think is going to win each match. We're going to predict what's going to be the strongest and weakest matches of the night, and we're going to go from there. Now, just a quick disclaimer, this is just the order that is here on the wiki. Does not necessarily mean that this will be the order come showtime. But without further ado, let's get right into it. Starting with the two Iron Survivor Challenge matches. It's for both the NXT and NXT Women's Championship at NXT New Year's Evil. Starting with the men, we have Wes Lee, Javon Evans, Nathan Frazer, Ethan Page, and Eddie Thorpe. So, each of these men qualified. Eddie Thorpe won, I believe, the Last Chance Fatal 4-Way match to get this opportunity here. To get at the opportunity here. All five guys have kind of been in the for the most part in the kind of title picture, or more specifically, Wesley kind of entering in. Javon was earlier on this year. He, of course, had the Fatal 4-Way Heat Wave. Ethan Page, former NXT champion, lost it to Trick Williams on the CW premiere for NXT, which I reviewed a little while back. If you haven't already, go check that out. Eddie Thorpe, like I said, won the Last Chance qualifier. Nathan Frazer kind of for a bit, kind of exploring singles competition to the sort of chagrin of his tag team partner and fellow NXT tag team champion and Axiom. And as you can see down here, Nathan Frazer is gonna be pulling double duty. As for who I think is going to win here, honestly, I think this could go to a couple different people. I think it might come down to either Ethan Page or Wesley. Now, Javon Evans winning, that one would be cool. Eddie Thorpe, I don't think is going to win this one. Nathan Frazer, if you want it, would be interesting to see how that comes about. But I think Wesley and Ethan Page, mainly because Ethan Page, former NXT champion, and Wesley, he kind of entering in to the title division. And before I move on, Wesley cut his dreads. Oh my goodness! Like when I saw him with the short hair, looking like essentially like he did early in his time in TNA as part of the Rascals, I was stunned. I was a little heartbroken, but I guess a new look to fit his new heel persona. But as for this one, I think I am going to go with Wesley. I don't think Ethan Page and Trick should necessarily start their feud again because they just came off it. I think they should let that cool for a little bit. If they want to revisit it later on down the line, cool. But I think for now, just have Trick move on to Wesley here. Fully move on. So I think I'm going to go with Wesley here. But then next up, next up is the women's turn. As we have Sol Ruka, Stephanie McCare, Zaria, Julia, and Ren Sinclair. So, of course, Ren Sinclair won her last chance match to qualify for this one. And these three women, Stephanie McCare, Zaria, and Julia, are really becoming major names in the NXT Women's Title division, which is why it's gonna come down to one of those three. He's sorry, Soul, sorry, Ren, but yeah, that's not those are not happening. As for who is going to win here, that one's a bit tricky. You could honestly make an argument for all three, especially Stephanie Vaquer and Julia, who have been kind of in the NXT Women's Title picture for a little bit now, pretty much since Julia and to an extent Stephanie Vaquer, since they came in, and of course they had the tag team match against Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade back at Halloween Havoc. So I think those two have a very strong case. Zarya, they're building her up in a major way as well, but I think I'm gonna go with Julia. I think we're probably gonna get our New Year's Evil rematch. If we don't get the rematch between Julia and Roxanne at New Year's Evil, we'll probably get it at Stand and Deliver. But I think they're going to do it at New Year's Evil, so I think I'm gonna go with Julia here. Next up, for the NXT Championship, Trick Williams defends against Ridge Holland. Ridge Holland has been a bad boy as of late. Annihilating Andre Chase and pretty much causing the dissolution of Chase U, who ironically, to get this NXT title match, he beat Andre Chase. So Chase U is no more. Or so Ridge Holland, they're building him up in a big way. However, I don't think they're going to take it off a Trick just yet. If Ridge Holland wins it here, it wouldn't be the worst thing, but I don't think they're going to take it off Trick just yet. I think they are going to save it for the Wesley feud, especially because I'm sure they don't want it to be heel versus heel. So I think I'm going to go with Trick Williams getting the win here. But next up, in tag team action for the NXT Tag Team Championship, Hips, as I alluded to earlier, Nathan Frazier is pulling double duty as he defends the NXT Tag Team Championships alongside his partner Axiom against Miles Bourne and Tavion Heights of the No Quarter Catch crew, who this actually missed how they got this opportunity. So I'm gonna read this blurb really quickly here about here. Alright, hey, yes, I do remember the Battle Royal, and yes, the NXT Tag Team division has been kind of coming after Nathan Frazier and Axiom, kind of upset over Nathan Frazier, kind of going in singles action, kind of upset because, hey, where's our tag title shot? So the NXT tag division kind of being upset at that. And so it's Nathan Frazier and Axiom versus almost the world, and of course still having some of that tension between Axiom and Nathan Frazier, still not always getting along. But as for this one, I don't think if Nathan Frazier isn't winning the Iron Survivor, I don't think he's losing this one. How crazy would it be if Nathan lost both matches on the night? But I think Nathan Frazier and Axiom are going to retain here. And finally, in the NXT Underground match, Lola Vice takes on Jada Parker. So what a road we've gotten to here. Lola Vice and Jada Parker, they've been tag team partners, they've been enemies. Now, of course, they are feuding, stemming from Jada Parker abandoning Lola Vice in a tag team match not too long ago. They've been going at each other, and man, these two have been built up in a major way to become even bigger stars, especially this year. Lola Vice did have her match against Roxanne Perez earlier on this year. For the NXT Women's Championship, so she's being built up. Jada Parker, especially coming into her own as well. So really awesome to see from both ladies. As for who wins this one, I think. First of all, I think Lola Vice is undefeated in underground matches, because I know she had the one against Shayna Baszler, and she won that one. But I think Lola Vice is undefeated in underground matches. But I think something tells me I think I'm gonna go with Jada Parker here. Something tells me to go with Jada Parker. I think they're starting to build her up, and they've been building her up for a little bit. hits again, especially against Roxanne Perez. As she had the match with her, I believe at No Mercy, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm just gonna go back here. We're doing this a lot. I believe it's at No Mercy where these two faced off. Yes, yes, it was. So, I think I'm gonna go with Jada Parker getting the win here, or to build her up even further. Or I don't think Lola Vice losing here is gonna hurt her too much, but Jada Parker, especially her getting a lot of momentum, I think they're going to carry that on. So I think I'm going to go with Jada Parker. As for the strongest and weakest match of the night, the strongest I think is going to be. I think that Women's Iron Survivor, her challenge is looking very, very interesting. That's going to be a fun match. I can definitely tell it's going to be a fun match. As for the weakest, as for the weakest, honestly, no respect to either of them. I might go with the NXT title match. Actually, I think it's gonna be a fine match, but compared to everything else, I think it's probably gonna be the weakest on the card. But nevertheless, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do me a favor: like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, and turn on post notifications. Every time I upload videos, you can see it as soon as it drops. And leave it a like so I can figure out how to freaking count. But let me know in the comments below what are your predictions for NXT Deadline. But in the meantime, thank you all so much for watching. I will see you guys later. Peace.